In this video, we're going to talk about McCulloch's history. And also, I've got a few parts for the 610, so I figured I'd do that while I talk to the camera. Yeah, let's get into it. Okay, just move some stuff around to get to it so you guys can see what I'm doing. In 1943, Robert McCulloch started his own company, which was called McCulloch Motor Corporation, which, you know, that's a really nice logo, and it's really hard to find a logo from their earliest versions. But I do have one, and it ain't the prettiest thing in the world, but it's their logo. Yeah, finally got away from that. Come on. Go down back on there. Oh, there it is. Yeah. There it is. Nope, fell off of it. Okay, there it goes. I think that Robert McCulloch was married to one of the daughters from Briggs and Stratton. I don't know if it was Briggs or Stratton, but that's something that I've actually read. When you look up McCulloch's history on Google, it takes you to their actual website across seas, where they now make McCulloch Chainsaws, which is made by Husqvarna. Let me blow this out. Dig it out. Well, anyways, I'm looking for one of those. I always start doing stuff and I never lay out the stuff that I need to work with. That's one of my biggest problems. I'm always digging through stuff to find. See, these little things right here come in handy. Especially this bad boy right here. Yeah. So in 1943, he starts his business. And about a few years later, they moved the company from Wisconsin to California. And that's when they made their first two-man chainsaw, was the Model 549. And I'd say that chainsaw was heavier than a boat anchor on a large ship. Because if you guys know anything about these older chainsaws, where they're made out of magnesium cases, they are very heavy. And I'll be honest with you, I packed around a home light for about 2 hours and thought I was going to die. Did not like it at all. I bought me some dogs for this thing, and I figured, you know, while I'm at it, go ahead and buy an air filter, because it really needs it. And you know, when you get down to stuff like this, you can actually take a coffee filter and put over top of it. I've seen guys actually do that, and it does work. Another thing I've seen people do, they just open up a foam, just a piece of foam, and they stick it down over top of it. I've seen that too, which would probably work really good. Okay. Okay, so they moved their company from Wisconsin to California, and in 1949 is when they first made their one-man chainsaw, which was the Model 325. Whoop, too small. If you guys know anything about the 325, is like their revolutionary one-hand saw. Still looks heavy, really, really, really heavy. But that's the I guess it's the price you pay back in the 50s to actually make something. Which, I wouldn't be too upset for something like that. That thing probably weighed like 20 pounds without a bar and chain. No, probably about 17 pounds. But anyway, after they made the 325 in the 1950s, they started to grow their business into airplane engines and go-kart motors. See, because McCulloch was originally into making things go fast. The faster, the better. From the couple other things that I read about him, he liked to go fast. And after that, a few years later, let's say 1958, they changed their name from McCulloch Motor Corporation to just McCulloch Corp. And I'd say that's whenever they moved their, no, they didn't move then. Okay, back on track. I lost train of thought for just a few seconds. In 1968, they made the Power Max 6, which I have. Is awesome little chainsaw. It's supposed to weigh 8.5 pounds, but considering, just comparing this to today's, top handle saws, this thing weighs a lot. Okay, I'm gonna tighten these bolts up. Well, I had a ProMac 800, great saw, by the way. I had a Super Pro 81 that I never could get together, so I sold it for parts to a guy, I think in North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. I've had this 610 for a while now, a little over a year, and I got it from the original owner. He bought it brand new, and I do have the case and everything with it. I do have a Model 15 hanging over top the bench here, which is the first actual chainsaw that classic chainsaw, if you want to be like that, is the first one I ever bought myself, and I love it. Even though it weighs a ton, that's part of collecting. A lot of people don't like them because they weigh a ton, but that doesn't bother me. I know in the 1970s they started making electric chainsaws, which I do have one, by the way. I don't think it's from the 70s. I think it's from probably the 90s, somewhere in there. I actually want to get that all cleaned up. But there are some really, really great chainsaws that McCulloch made. An article that I read about McCulloch. McCulloch was ahead of their time, from what I read. I'm gonna blow this out. Come here. All right. I don't think it's 100% clean, but it probably works. You think about that. A company that was supposed to be ahead of their time. They've made some great chainsaws. I hope this works. Ooh. Let's see if it will. This way. It's not wanting to go. Oh, there it goes. Just having a tough time going. I'll have to blast her out of there again. Maybe it's not fine thread. Yeah, it's fine thread. It's going in there. Well, in the 1970s, they made hedge trimmer, string trimmers, leaf blowers. In 1988, they moved to Tucson, Arizona. And I'd say that's where McCulloch fell on its face. But in 1999, McCulloch was sold to Husqvarna. And if you guys know anything about the Husqvarna history, Husqvarna likes to buy up all chainsaw related companies, which is Husqvarna AB. It's not actually Husqvarna, but to me it's Husqvarna. And a lot of people think that their newer chainsaws are they look so much like the newer Polands, which they probably are the same exact saw. To me, it looks like them anyway. I hope this bolt's not too long. I've been wanting to do this to the saw forever, and I saw this on eBay for, I think it was like 18 bucks, and I was like, man, I'm gonna buy that. The filter didn't cost, but I think it was like 8 bucks, something like that. Wasn't bad. But McCulloch does have a wide variety of chainsaws that a lot of collectors like to buy, especially the Pro Series, the Super Pro Series, and the Super Series. A lot of guys like the 125s. Those are huge saws. And I can only think of one person that has a whole bunch of them, and that's fucking Billy Ray. I know there's guys on the Facebook pages that have them. They won't part with them. Especially they'll try to buy up every part saw they can. A really good place to find like the older and bigger saws are out west, like Washington State, California, Wyoming. I've heard Wyoming's a good place to find them. A bit more. But these models like this, the 610, and like the McCulloch 1010, the series, you can find those pretty easy on Facebook or Craigslist or Kijiji. Try not to hurt it, but I don't think that it's tight enough. Huh. I think it looks good now. Well, I got it back this far. I like the double spikes being on it, being honest with you. I think it looks pretty sweet looking. For this thing to be 60 cc's, it's pretty heavy actually. But I'm going to start it up and take it outside and cut with it because I have not started it in a little while now. So yeah, let's that's a good indication it ain't been around a while. The dogs, they stick really good. Really good. God, that thing's heavy. But yeah, if I had to guess, probably about the same weight as a 365, if I had to guess. But it's a great saw. You can find one that's in really good shape and it runs real good. These are really good saws to buy. But until the next video, you guys have a wonderful day.